Hello everyone and now welcome to a game. This game is taken from the DreamHack WarCraft 3 Open 2020. Believe this is the EU qualifier. So that's, well, why is everything just not seeming to be working? Yep, winter season. This is the Europe as we are looking at TGW spawning. Accidentally zoomed in. TGW spawning as the red undead player here on the bottom left hand side of Amazonia. Meanwhile, JohnnyCage spawning as the blue human over here on the top right. Well, good luck, have fun being opened up by the players. Oh, zoom set, thank you. Zoom set right there. Um, by one of the players actually set my zoom for me. All right, as we do zoom back a little bit further. Soviet versus Soviet human. Soviet undead versus Soviet human. And I don't know, like having a Soviet player play under the name JohnnyCage just seems like I don't know, just so strange to me. Right? It would be like a human player in Warcraft 3 playing under the name Zangief, right? It's just like, right? It's just like, wait, what? Anyways, we are looking at an undead coming up here. So you know was well, yes. Okay. Anyways, Death Knight coming into play here by the by the undead. Meanwhile, Archmage coming in by JohnnyCage. No big surprises as far as him. Oh, has it really been that long since the Soviet Union was? I feel so old now, casting these games. Opening things up, we are looking at the Archmage will be making its rounds out here. Footman will be trained up. Meanwhile, over here on the bottom left-hand side, it is going to be a Death Knight alongside some ghouls. Archmage timing looked like it was the typical timing, getting coming out at the 2-minute mark, as opposed to that speed build that we saw earlier. All right, Archmage looking to engage against these rogues here, using that lightning shield to try and speed up the creeping. It looks as though the lightning shield is actually going to work out well. Now going after the remaining units here, picking up that circuit of nobility too. Archmage very close to level 2. Perhaps should be backing up. Nope, doesn't need to. Lightning shield comes to an end. Archmage gets the level 2. Picks up a Gauntlets of Overstrength +3 and that Mantle of Intelligence. Or excuse me, a Tome of Intelligence. Nope. Apparently, JohnnyCage doesn't believe he needs Tomes of Intelligence. He is smart enough. Archmage coming back around. Well, we'll see whether or not we're going to be looking at more call to arms and then trying to creep out this 12 o'clock position. Interesting that TGW is not trying to put in pressure on the expansion attempt right now, opting to get to level 2 first on that Death Knight. He does also have a sacrificial skull, and I believe that sacrificial skull will be to actually apply blight off to the north here to give a little bit of hit point regeneration as opposed to a possible tower attempt. So far, though, the Death Knight going to be pretty in that pressure, going after all of these skeletal minions are out onto the battlefield. Mud Golem getting taken down. Death Knight. Oh, Cloak of Shadows right there. Beautifully done. Is he going to be able to steal that last hit? That is the question. And yes, he does. He steals the last hit. Death Knight gets the last hit on that Rock Golem and picks up the Potion of Invulnerability. Cloak of Shadows being useful during the day. And a beautiful, beautiful item steal and experience steal by TGW. TGW sticking around here, still putting in a little bit of pressure. Does have a lot of skeletal minions down in a crowd. There goes a Death Coil trying to finish off a peasant, unable to finish off that peasant right there. Well, as a Death Knight, well, I'm going to stick around a little bit longer, does in fact have that Blight, and here we are going to go ahead and use a Cloak of Shadows again, and no Dust of Appearance as a Death Coil finally lands on that peasant. Death Knight sitting 10 experience shy away from level 3. I would have thought perhaps a couple of ghouls would have come off of the lumber line to try and clear out these Murloc Tide Runners, giving level 3 to the Death Knight, which would have made those Death Coils, those 2 Death Coils, just that much more deadly. No, instead we're not seeing that. Skeletal minions now making their rounds back out as the Death Knight needs just a little bit of experience again.
Upgrade complete.
As we transition into this mid-game scenario, Oh, well, we're going to be looking at Johnny Cage. How is he? Well, Pit Lord. All right, so the Pit Lord with perhaps Rain of Fire to put pressure down onto a haunted, onto a gold mine line, but we could end up seeing the Pit Lord almost getting surrounded. Blight is already available here, and we're already going to be perhaps looking at perhaps getting some ghouls and some damage across here. All right, we did not see any sort of a bonus experience on this Death Knight, and this is actually, I believe, a mistake by TGW not trying to go for all of these units here. All right, are we going to see some more damage added in back once more? Pit Lord does have a potion of invulnerability, could try and back away. Are we going to see, well, Rain of Fire now coming down? Yes, it is. Rain of Fire coming down across all of those units. Death Coil finishing off a pet or a footman right there, getting that Death Knight to level 3. But as I said earlier, I believe if TGW was actually paying attention to his experience, he would have easily just brought some ghouls off of that line there to try and finish it off. All right, Archmage still chasing this Pit Lord down to 45 hit points, down to 18 hit points. One more shot should do it. One more shot will definitely do it. No potion of invulnerability as the Pit Lord does fall. Death Knight now trying to retreat and run all the way back here. Cloak of Shadows, Death Knight getting damage onto that Archmage. Archmage now in a reverse scenario. Is he going to be okay? Does have boots of speed. Will be able to outrun, but then again, there's so many critters on this map. You never know when you might accidentally run into one. Arcane Vault getting added in once more. TGW, the 10 experience mistake, perhaps the only mistake I've seen him make so far in this game. If he had just gotten those ghouls to finish off these Murloc Night Crawlers even earlier, getting up to level 2 would have been a very big deal. But what is this? Are we going into Necromancers? We are. Necromancers out onto the battlefield. And with Necromancers here, well, I don't believe his opponent, Johnny Cage, will be ready for this. More and more Necromancers slowly added in. We're looking at 31 over 40 supply compared to 43 over 48, but the army sizes are about the same as the Pit Lord does pick up a Claws of Attack +5. A Water Elemental going to be coming around the corner. Thank you for the bits. A YouTube viewer working right now. No sound, but I got some bits here. Thank you. Well, there you go. Thank you for, I guess, your future shout out to yourself with those YouTube bits. Or Twitch bits, but, you know, YouTube shout out. Coming back across, Archmage just sitting at level 4, level 2 Brilliance Aura already online as the Archmage with Footmen are going to be putting in a lot of pressure. All right, this is going to perhaps come as a surprise though. Unholy Frenzy is online here. Is the Necromancer just going to turn back around and be able to put in a lot of damage here as the Pit Lord does not have Cleave yet. All right, Archmage is trying to go after those very, very vulnerable units as the Pit Lord is going to, well, try to slice and dice its way through. Is going to be able to do enough damage. It looks like he was able to do quite a little bit here as we're looking at, well, sheep getting taken out to perhaps get in some more skeletons. Death Knight right there. There's a Death Coil saving up that Necromancer. Units are retreating back again as this low hit point Necromancer down to 89 hit points could get taken down. Death Coil saves once more. And the difference between level 1 and level 2 Death Coil is very, very profound. All right, Pit Lord is in trouble. Does have a potion of invulnerability. Is he going to use it? No, there's just another Death Coil, and he's just fighting his way out of this box right here, dealing a large amount of damage. Are we going to see the potion of invulnerability? Yes, we are. And the Footmen are actually getting taken out. This is a beautiful timing. Death Knight needs a little bit of mana. Is he going to be able to get enough mana to save that Pit Lord as the Pit Lord is down to 90 hit points? Does have the Obsidian Statue to provide a little bit of healing. And we're looking at a Necromancer trying to retreat back as well. All right, one Necromancer down to 18 hit points. It gets taken out, and all of a sudden, well, TGW looks like he is doing everything right again. All right, mass skeletons trying to make its way through. Death Coil would not have been enough to finish off the Archmage, but still decided to use the Scroll of Town portal to get away. Is this the Necromancer meat wagon? Meat wagons are finally starting to come online. I guess is this your classic Necromancer meat wagon with Pit Lord Death Knight strategy? Yeah, no, not classic at all. And TGW actually opting to expand during this time here. All right, so he wants to make sure that his next push onto the human base is not pretty much an all-in attack. If that push did not work out well, you would have known. Oh, Necromancer down to 6 hit points, ends up staying alive. Ziggurat is still currently under construction. Death Quell onto the Archmage again as the Archmage tries to retreat back. Obsidian Statue in the back here, still providing plenty of healing as we should be haunting that gold mine there. All right, Death Knight back off to the north here. Archmage could be losing a little bit of mana once again. Footman trying to find something going on. Goblin Zeppelin gonna go take to the skies and perhaps just try and drop down onto some Necromancers or some additional units here. Meat Wagon. Skeletal minions, no gargoyles to try and take down that Goblin Zeppelin. Even training up one gargoyle would make a training up one gargoyle makes a lot of sense to clear up that Goblin Zeppelin, as that Pit Lord does now have Cleave, and Cleave with Unholy Frenzy with that faster attack speed is extremely scary. All right, a lot of skeletal minions are across over here. In comes the units. There's a Staff of Teleportation. Archmage is going to be trying to teleport in. There drops a Water Elemental, and that Haunted Goldmine could get taken out. Meat Wagon, is it going to actually accidentally do some damage to the Haunted Goldmine as well, as the Gargoyle is now going to try and make its way back over. Goblin Zeppelin is right there. Gargoyle, no, Mountain King. Oh, this could be bad news. Are we going to see the Zeppelin taken down? No, it is not. That Stormbolt lasting for pretty much forever and a day, as the Goblin Zeppelin still has a little bit of hit points and is able to escape at 20. All right, a very big deal right there. Death Coil once again just a little bit late, as Necromancers are getting taken out only to see their bodies being replaced by more skeletal minions. All right, I guess that is appropriate for the Necromancers. Necromancers are supposed to generate that skeleton army in any way, shape, or form, and even in death, they are helpful. Meat Wagons making their way back off to the north here. Goblin, well, that one gargoyle did not finish off what it needed to. Mountain King, however, now completely low on mana, gonna make its way down to the south here, perhaps try and find another Stormbolt to pick off an easy unit. It looks like normally you would think that Mountain King isn't real. It almost looks like it would be some sort of illusion. Why would a lone Mountain King just be wandering around with not that many hit points or not that much mana? And well, that's because the Mountain King just made it look like he wasn't real. Back across here, Pit Lord gonna get to level 3 without a problem. Death Knight now trying to make its way over here. Goblin or Meat Wagon getting taken out once more, as we see skeletal minions and mages just all around the map here. One Nerubian Tower Archmage gonna go after this. A little bit of damage once more. Haunted Goldmine down to 715 hit points. Gonna drop very quickly. Are we gonna get enough repair? That is the question. Down to 300 hit points. Down to 200. It may not be enough, as the Haunted Goldmine once again getting canceled at the last possible second. Gargoyles hiding off to the side here. Skeletal minions and skeletal mages going to try and engage. Pit Lord diving on in. Death Knight sitting at level 4. Level 2 Cleave. And there is a Thunderclap there, dealing lots of damage to all of those skeletal minions and mages, but those are just temporary units anyways. The Necromancer is just looking at this creep camp saying, I wish I could help you. I really do. But not much can be done. All right, more gargoyles popping up back across here. Meat Wagons. Oh, there's another clap. Griffin's going to be able to finish that off easily, as it got slowed at that last possible moment, and now going after Obsidian Statues. A beautiful transition into a Griffins to take down the Meat Wagons and the Obsidian Statues, two crucial parts of this particular army, as a Griffin Rider does get taken out. All right, Obsidian Statue down to 34 hit points. More damage coming back across here. Griffin going to go straight after that. Obsidian Statue once more, as the Death Knight and Pit Lord now continuing the chase. Are we seeing some more units trying to make their way through? Yes, we are. All right, and we are Amazonia. The gold mines, main gold mines still, or the expansion gold mines still have plenty of mining left. The expansion, or the main ones, what is this? A little bit, what, about 7 minutes left here, and about, 7 minutes left here. Triple Griffin Aviary coming across for JohnnyCage, as we are looking at, well, staffs of Sanctuary saving those Griffins as well. No pop-ups, please. Pit Lord, Death Knight, Renegade Wizard will get finished off. 36 supply compared to 62. TGW, what is he really hoping to do here? He is very, very far behind, only sitting on a 38 supply army. He's going to be going for even more Necromancers at this stage, even though JohnnyCage seems to have this game and the pacing in the bag. JohnnyCage is not really pressing his advantage as of yet, even leaving behind Tomes of Agility. Once more, the downside of this Griffin army is that you cannot clear out this granite golem creep camp, as they are just magic immune. Water elementals being dropped here. Level 2 Mountain King, level 2 Paladin. Mountain King wants to get to level 3. Will it be able to get there? I don't believe so. Going to be just a little bit shy. Thank you, Doom Mike, for the subscription. All right, Griffin's going to be able to finish off a lot of these obsidian statues again. Going to go after, well, they're going after the necromancers this time. Paladin, well, trying to chase as well. Another necromancer could get finished off here, as we're going to see a little bit of damage getting added in once more. However, the skeletal mages, you cannot simply ignore them. That damage does get, well, higher and higher. The skeletal mages actually benefiting from weapon upgrades. So one of the few differences here, as the Mountain King perhaps going to be able to land a Stormbolt. No, not able to throw down a Stormbolt there. 71 supply compared to 45. This should be an easy fight, as the Griffins are going to be able to finish off many of those units here. There's that Howl of Terror trying to fight their way through. Pit Lord, well, getting in a little bit of getting damage onto the heroes. Death Knight, well, no easy way to go after those air units. Big thunderclap right there. Pit Lord still underneath, trying to, well, go after the heroes themselves, and damage is just adding up again. Paladin with that, well, divine shield, trying to stay alive here, but has to be very careful, as some of those skeletal minions could, well, try and fight back again. 71 supply compared to 46. No upkeep versus low upkeep at this stage. Death Knight chasing after some of these units. Is there going to be enough damage to, well, Staff of Sanctuary saves that right there. Howl of Terror once more, as the Griffin Riders all of a sudden taking a major damage loss, as the, well, as the Pit Lord tries to go after that Mountain King. Mountain King, Stormbolt being, or Stormbolt, I thought a Stormbolt, yes, onto that Death Knight. Death Knight now down, or at level 5 though, is going to be able to chase back up after the unit. Death Knight, if it lands a Death Coil onto that Mountain King, could be enough to finish it off. Are we going to see that right there? Death Knight does have very fast movement speed. Death Coil, and it does hit the Mountain King, but it looks like the Mountain King was able to, well, get a little bit of hit points somehow in order to stay alive. All right, Potion of Healing right there. Mountain King, did it have, yeah, it did have level 3 Death Coil. I would have thought it would have done north of 225 damage, but perhaps that Mountain King, I don't know, did it use a Potion of Healing right before? I'm not sure. Rune Bracers on the Mountain King. All right, thank you. Rune Bracers on the Mountain King, acting as a little bit of additional damage reduction right there, just enough to save it. All right, and the Nerubian Towers coming online. Griffins are here, ready to go after those Acolytes. Acolytes falling, and once more the Griffins, the perfect air unit to deal with this army here. Scroll of Town Portal going to be coming across, and now Web being trying to, well, trap all of those Griffins, but nope, not going to be sticking around for all that long. Runes on his teeth. Rune Braces. .73 supply compared to 63. Somehow Fortitude was not able to finish off the game, and now this, well, skeletal mage and minion army still represents a lot of threat. However, if the Paladin gets up to level 3, gets to level 2 Unholy Light, it will make those Griffins that much more difficult to take out. We are looking at a Pit Lord. Pit Lord has level 1 Howl of Terror. I'm pretty sure it wanted level 2 Howl of Terror instead, as Banshees are, well, getting trained up, and we are now finally going into Black Citadel. All right, Griffins now going after the Spirit Tower here. A little bit of damage getting added in. Well, the Griffins trying to focus down the Spirit Tower will finally get it finished off, but really wonder about that particular play there, as, well, Crypt Fiends are finally getting taken down. All right, Lightning Shield onto that Griffin Rider. We are looking at that Cleave getting in lots of damage. Howl of Terror working its magic, reducing the amount of damage from those Griffin Riders pretty substantially, as now all of a sudden the Archmage needs to retreat back out. All right, tactical retreat, 64 supply compared to 69. Unholy frenzy on a pit lord. Very, very fast attack speed on that pit lord, especially adding in that cleave. If and the cleave itself has its own built-in cooldown, but if the pit lord can just attack at the same speed as its cleave, well, that's just the most beneficial to max out all of that damage. Coming back around, level 5, level 4 going up against a level 4, level 3, level 2. Guard towers, plenty of guard towers are available here. Griffins also getting cursed as well. And cursing griffins really, well, causing all of that damage or causing all of that missing does currently well present a big problem. Generally, a curse works better against higher supply units, as one curse
Summoning
effectively
is complete.
shuts down a larger supply
Research
unit.
complete.
Anyways, maybe I'm a little bit too cold. Yeah, a little bit too cold.
Research complete.
All right, timing and pacing of this game is still a little bit strange here. The Pit Lord, Death Knight, now going to go ahead and try to make their way back off to the north. Don't know why JohnnyCage tried to clear out of this Granite Golem creep camp with only 3 heroes and a water elemental, considering that the Griffins
Summoning
are
is
completely of no
complete.
use. Banshees added in for anti-magic shell, and with this,
Our forces are
the
under attack.
Griffin army just seems just that much weaker. We should be looking at a Howl of Terror. There we are, right off, as damage is now added in. Crypt Fiend's going to go ahead and get webbed down, and the meat wagons actually present a good amount of damage to these Griffin riders when they are webbed down. Archmage now being forced to retreat back again. 80 supply compared to 66, but I don't think it's any stretch of the imagination to say that JohnnyCage was actually well
Our
forced.
gold
Well,
mine
was that a
has
miskick?
collapsed.
He didn't want to use the Scroll of Town Portal there. All right. Apparently that was not deliberate. All right. Meatwagon gonna go ahead, try and engage, pull back. We should be looking at some Crypt Fiends trying to fight back. Death Knight. Here we are, as the Pit Lord is gonna be getting back into that front line. All right, Griffins are right there, and that misclick might actually turn into a creep jack opportunity. Beautifully done. Paladin gets up to level 3, level 2 Holy Light onto the Mountain King already, as the Griffins are going to be going straight after those meat wagons. All right, that misclick turned into a great spot and a great position for JohnnyCage. 75 supply compared to 53, and sometimes misclicks win you the game, as the timing on it made TGW think that he could clear out that creep camp in peace, and that is just not the case. Well, more Necromancers going to get taken out here. We're looking at more units falling, 75 supply compared to 48, as another Crypt Fiend could get taken down. That Obsidian statue going to be offered up pretty quickly as it gets taken down as well. Mountain King already up to level 4, and that is the GG right there. I don't know if that was a purposeful misclick or talking to your opponent. I, yeah, that might actually be the case, right? Using that Scroll of Town portal, it's just like, oh, I misclicked, and TGW is just like, oh, okay, well, if you misclick, let me take this opportunity to regroup and clear out this creep camp. And well, the Granite Golem was there beating up on the undead heroes right as the Griffins and the human army showed up, finished off some meat wagons, finished off some obsidian statues, cementing the victory. Well, is why Kespa banned all chatter in professional. Oh, oh yeah, trying to bluff your way through. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys